Hmm.
Superconducting materials having number of properties, and dependent on these properties they can be used. In similar way, whenever superconducting materials are kept in weak magnetic field, suppose this is a sample of superconducting ball and it is associated with weak magnetic field in this way. This weak magnetic field under given condition of normal temperature is shown in this way. Whenever the critical temperature, the temperature of this material is decreased below critical temperature, then it will behave as superconducting material. Whenever it will behave as superconducting material, then this magnetic field is ejected, that already present inside it, this is ejected in this way. And this ejection of magnetic field due to the superconducting behavior, this is known as Meissner effect. Meissner effect is the property of superconducting materials. It is treated as reversible. Whenever the temperature is increased above critical temperature, then it will show its original situation of a magnetic field associated with it. Means below critical temperature, the magnetic field is ejected, and above critical temperature, magnetic field is associated with this. This is a reverse property. Under usual situation, the magnetic field associated with it is represented as B is equal to mu 0 into bracket M plus H, where M is magnetization and H is the external magnetic field applied. With this situation, whenever we are considering the condition of critical temperature, then if the temperature is less than critical temperature, T less than Tc, we are finding the magnetic field is ejected, means magnetic field associated with it is 0. Therefore, mu 0 into bracket M plus H is equal to 0. This means M plus H is equal to 0. This means H is equal to minus M, and this M divided by H is equal to minus 1. But already we have studied this M divided by H is the magnetic susceptibility. This magnetic susceptibility for superconducting materials below critical temperature, it is minus 1. And the property of diamagnetic materials is that the susceptibility is less than 0. This is less than 0 value. This clearly means the superconducting materials are diamagnetic in nature. This diamagnetic behavior is studied using Meissner effect of the superconducting materials. Now, dependent on this, we are going to study the typical property of the materials, superconducting materials, and their types as type first and type second superconductors. The type first superconductors are the superconductors which are showing the complete Meissner effect below critical magnetic field, which is single critical magnetic field, and the magnetization is proportional to the applied magnetic field. This is type first superconductor. In type second superconductor, the Meissner effect and magnetization are between critical magnetic fields H1 and H2. This is typical type of superconducting material, type second superconductors. This type first and type second superconductors having typical properties on upon dependent on those properties, those can be distinguished. That is, these superconductors show the complete Meissner effect below critical temperature Hc. These are type first superconductors. In type second superconductors, that is between H1 and Hc1 and Hc2, the Meissner effect is shown. In case of type first superconductors, there is only one critical magnetic field. For type second superconductor, there are two critical magnetic fields. In case of type first superconductor, they do not show the mixed state, that is the superconducting and non-superconducting. In similar way, in case of type second superconductor, there exists a mixed state. The graphical representation of their behavior is in this way. This is magnetization and this is applied magnetic field. This behavior, this is critical magnetic field Hc. Below critical magnetic field Hc, there is superconducting state, and above there is a normal state. Only two behaviors are there. Therefore, the type first superconductors. In case of type second superconductors, this is what the behavior. Up to this, there is superconducting state. This is Hc1. Further, at higher value, it is say Hc2. Under this situation, between these there exists the Hc. Between Hc and Hc1 there is a mixed state, and beyond that there is a normal state. This mixed or void state is specific property of type second superconductors, and these are specifically made up of, say, type first superconductors are made up of pure elements, and type second superconductors are made up of transition elements and their alloys. Therefore, type first superconductors are soft superconductors. Type second superconductors are hard superconductors. Superconductors are again classified dependent on their temperature, the critical temperature, and for low critical temperature and high critical temperature, the types are in this way. Low temperature superconductors can LTS, and high temperature superconductors. The critical temperature of low temperature superconductors LTS, it is low, say from 4.2 Kelvin to 20 Kelvin, and these are having specific basic elements are used. Niobium is specifically used. It is 47% by weight, and it is combined with SN, tin, and aluminium. Specific alloys are formed. These can be drawn into wires of about 1 kilometer and further used as per the need. These are specifically used in the engineering field, therefore, these are technical superconductors. The high temperature superconductor, those are considered as HTS, high temperature superconductors having critical temperature in the range 30 Kelvin to 77 Kelvin, and these are used for specific purpose. These are metal based superconductors, and metal oxides are specifically used in the form of ceramics, and these are cuprates compounds typically made up of copper and oxygen. These are having multi-layered structure, and they are of Cu2O possesses high temperature, critical temperature. These are having general applications in a particular lower level practical purpose and helpful superconducting materials due to their high critical temperature.